Hello, Terry here, Hot Wrench Fabrication. Today I'm going to attempt to make a tool. I like to make metal radiator lines and turbo pipes and all them kind of things, and you don't want the end of it to blow off, so you need a little bump on there like that. It's a little bead roller. Now they make bead rollers for this application. They're only about 150 bucks. But I thought it'd be kind of cool just to make one. And just some scraps laying around the shop here. So I'm going to give that an attempt, kind of design my own design, and let's see how it turns out. So sit back, relax, and let's check it out and see if it works. All right, here we go. Hear me out now. This is my thought process. So I have a bead roller. I could actually convert to work, but it's a pain in the ass to get out, get all set up. It's kind of heavy. But this is the die, just Harbor Freight. This is one of the extra ones that I really don't use that much. And I think it has about the right little dimple in there. I can always make that bigger if I need to. So I need to make a sleeve for it. It's going to fit a little bit better, but that's going to go on there like that. And then I think I'm going to use a couple of heim joints because they do spin. So get on there like that. So of course I'll have to put some spacers in between here, put a nut on the end of it, tighten it all up, and then it should spin on the heim joint because these are kind of loose and wore out. I'll have a top plate on here that this one will bolt to. I'm going to take the threads off of this one, put a hole up in here that it can actually pivot up and down. Kind of the reason why I use the heim joint, so I can move it. And then I'll have a bolt coming down, pushing down on this. Does that make sense? So that'll be the top part, plate over here. And then for the bottom, 1/2 inch bolt, I'm going to weld this up, put it in the lathe, kind of ground it down to a little bit of a point with the rounded off edge, and then use heims, once again spaced out. Bottom plate, this will all be bolted solid. And then out here will be a handle. And then these will have to get staggered. Can you see that? Those will get staggered. And this will go right inside of there. 2 plates. 2 plates on the outside, holds it all together. 1 adjuster bolt on this one, and I think that'll work. And then I'll have to have a stand coming down to put it in my vise. But it should work kind of neat because all this will be relatively easy to adjust, make some spacers, and then get it all bolted together. And then this is the one that'll actually move in and out. Doesn't have to actually move very far, just enough to get the tubing in there. Tubing will sit in here, and then you scrunch it down, spin this side with the crank, and then this will turn, and basically put that little bead in there. So as you can see, it's kind of close to the right profile. This looks like it's a little bit bigger, but like I said, I can widen that out on my lathe. So I'm going to give it a go, see how it does. That's my plan anyway. All right, this is where I'm at so far. Just a couple pieces that I made on the lathe. A little bushing here, welded a nut to it. So when you turn this, it pushes up and down on that. This one will be sandwiched in between a plate. Plate's going to go on here, so drill a hole, weld this to the plate. This will bolt to the plate. So this will slip up and down. Tighten that up, push it down, bada bing, bada boom. This one, ended up redoing it. Bolt wasn't quite long enough. So actually I just found a washer, welded it to the end. It's a little skinnier and I think it's actually gonna work better. So bushing, nut, and then make a plate. So plate here, and then plates on both sides, so it'll be a box. And then I'll have to make a little guard and a little stand down here to put in the vise. Handle over there, so this will turn. I think it'll work. So that's where I'm at. So this is what I have so far. This bracket's just laying around, some scrap metal, so cut a section off right here. I'm gonna have to make a cut section off over here, but probably cut it down here so it's really short. I'm gonna need a little bit extra length, but so far this is working out killer. You can see everything's in there. It's actually tight on the nut, and the heims are spinning just fine. Feel pretty good. And you can see movement there. So with it, let's see, that's about all the way up. And crank it down. I mean, that's further than it needs to go. This will go in. Have to cut another slot. That'll go in there, and then get my plate. This bottom part will be solid. Put a little T-handle on here, and another little handle on here. But yeah, so far so good. Looks pretty good. All right, well, this is pretty much done. And film a couple steps. Just made a bottom cap. Ended up bolting it together so I could take it apart and get to all my stuff in there. You can see nothing's really tight yet. It's a little cumbersome. I got 3 ratchets, but this is stainless steel, and actually did a really good job. So stick it in there like that. I'll probably put handles on this stuff to make it a little bit easier. I thought that it would actually like turn it, but it just slips on there, so I have to use 2 ratchets. Which isn't the end of the world, because it actually goes pretty easily. So do initial little all right, something like that. So are there better ones out there? Absolutely. I was trying to figure if I can get a gear drive in there, but I don't know, I thought the ratios would kind of mess me up. You have to find a gear that's the size of the bottom one and a gear the size of the top one so that they both spin at the same RPM. If you had equal gears on there with two different sizes, I don't think it would spin right, but I mean, it's not bad. And that's in stainless, so pretty happy with the amount of tubing that I actually do. I'm okay with that. So I could put just a bar on here or just run it like that. It's no big deal. I was going to put a handle on here, but actually I think I like the ratchet better. So I gotta take it all apart and tighten things up and probably slap a little powder coat on there maybe. I was going to make a stand to go in here. I don't know if I need that either. It seems to work pretty good like that. If I wanted to do a piece like this, it would be a bit challenging, although it might fit. Well, I guess it would fit. Guess it won't fit. But I don't know when I'd ever have to do this. Pretty tight bend. Anyhow, pretty stoked. I think it's gonna work out pretty good. Clean all this up. I just got a big long coupler nut, so I was going to put a handle in here and then just run another bolt in there, and I still might do that. I don't know. I gotta think about it a little bit. I suppose if I had a handle coming off here, it would work pretty good too. But not bad. Nice little TIG welds on there. Alright, well, let's get this thing cleaned up and get it finished. I don't know. I think I'm done. I was going to powder coat it because I do my own powder coating, and it would look nice. I was going to try and make like a bracket to put in the vise, but it fits really good like that, and it keeps it solid. I mean, it's in there. I was going to try and make a handle, but I kind of like the ratchet because I can ratchet it, make little movements. I was going to try and make a handle for this, but then once again, ratchet, rubber handle, nice. So I don't know, I think I'm done. For as much as I'm going to use this, I think it'll be okay like this. If I powder coat it and then toss it up on a shelf, it's going to get scratched and stuff, so. Super pleased with the way it's working though. It's absolutely perfect. These two are mild steel. Went through them real easily. This one's stainless steel, and it's exactly what I needed, so. No, I'm gonna leave it like that. If I get a wild hair and want it a little bit nicer someday, maybe I'll take it apart and coat it, but like I said, I'm really not going to use it very much. I am going to make some radiator tubes for the Nova. So technically 4 ends that I have to roll on the tubing for this. And that's all I really have upcoming. So I'm going to leave it like that. Use ratchets and yeah. So they make these for, I think I've seen them on TikTok or one of them deals for, you can pick them up for like $100. But then it says on there, not used for stainless steel. I've seen prices range anywhere from $100 to like $600. The $600 ones are obviously very robust. They have gear drive in them, so you don't have to do 2 ratchets. I might try and knurl this or cut some teeth into it or something. I don't know. 2 ratchets isn't that big a deal, other than the fact that you can't hold the tubing with one hand. So that may be an issue. But I mean, it took 2 days, or actually 1 full day to make this. So if I bill it out at my shop rate, it's actually a pretty expensive tool. But so I didn't save any money, but I did have fun with it, and it's exactly what I wanted. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. So waiting for parts on the Nova. Haven't really done much to it. Parts are back ordered. I need to do the gas tank next. That's coming. It's on its way. So once I get all these parts, this thing will be moving on, and I'll get some more videos out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's pretty fun to be in the shop just making tools like this. Not very cost effective because it took for a while, but I didn't have much else to do, so I'm good with that. But thanks a lot, and we'll see you on the next one.